Hannah Gosselin grew up on one of television's most watched reality shows. For years, she smiled on cue, wore matching outfits, and played the role America adored. But she remembers the unfiltered truth, the life behind the cameras. To viewers, Jon and Kate plus 8 was comfort television. A chaotic family of 8 adorable kids, a perfectly organized mom, and a dad who seemed always a step behind. But inside, the children had no life beyond the cameras. Born in 2004 as one of 6 sextuplets, Hannah's earliest years were already structured, long before TLC arrived. From the start, normal meant being watched. The show presented a curated version of family life. Kate's discipline admirable, Jon's easygoing nature funny, the chaos cute, and crises neatly resolved. But cameras captured everything: meals, bedtime, arguments, moments of joy and distress. Private space didn't exist. Kate ran the household with precision: meals scheduled, clothing coordinated, behavior strictly monitored. For Hannah, emotionally sensitive by nature, appearances always mattered more than feelings. Emotions that didn't fit the image were controlled, silenced, or ignored. By the time the show peaked, the family was a cultural phenomenon. Yet Jon and Kate's marriage was crumbling under the spotlight. Hannah was 5 when her parents' divorce aired nationally, old enough to understand something had broken, too young to understand why, and always under observation. Reality TV claims to show truth, but it's a carefully edited story. For Hannah, the most crucial moments of her childhood happened in the gaps, when cameras weren't framing the narrative. Kate's strict parenting demanded compliance, suppressing individual feelings to maintain the family's image. Among her siblings, Colin's experience was particularly painful. He was isolated, excluded from play, and confined to a containment room, sometimes locked with lights off and monitored by cameras. While Kate framed these actions as medically guided interventions, Hannah and Colin remember them as punishment and isolation, experiences that left lasting scars. Seeing her brother vanish from daily life shaped Hannah's childhood profoundly. Hannah was old enough to sense something was wrong, even if she couldn't name it. Her family felt incomplete, and no one explained the absence she felt. Her account is striking for its clarity and lack of exaggeration. She doesn't frame her mother as a villain or perform anger. She simply describes what she saw and experienced. For years, Hannah has worked to articulate the reality behind the cameras, the dynamics the show never showed. By 2018, at 14, Hannah made a quiet but significant choice. After years living primarily with Kate, she decided she wanted to live with Jon. Visits with her father had grown longer, while returning to Kate's house became a source of anxiety. Over time, she told Jon she did not want to go back. The court granted full custody to Jon, a major shift that finally allowed Hannah a sense of normalcy. Colin soon joined them, leaving 2 of the 8 Gosselin children outside Kate's home for the first time. Hannah described life with Jon as normal. No cameras, no rigid schedules, no constant need to perform. She could make mistakes, form friendships, and simply be herself. The change came with challenges. Distances and divided custody strained sibling relationships. Yet Hannah maintained a strong bond with Leah and hoped for eventual family reconciliation, without cameras or public pressure. For most of her teens, Hannah stayed out of the media. In 2023, she spoke publicly on Vice TV's Dark Side of the 2000s, detailing the household's emphasis on appearances over emotional needs, and describing Colin's confinement and exclusion with calm, specific language. She didn't vilify her mother, acknowledging Kate's difficult circumstances, but made clear the impact on the children was real. Public responses were divided. Kate defended her choices as medically guided, while other family members offered contrasting accounts. Hannah didn't engage in the media back and forth, speaking once with measured detail, not to escalate conflict. By 2024, she and Kate had begun limited conversations, tentative but acknowledging the complicated bond between them. Meanwhile, Colin's 2023 statements added painful clarity. He confirmed Hannah's account, describing extended stays at a behavioral facility from age 12, shedding new light on the daily realities behind the show's polished image. Kate framed Colin's placement in a behavioral facility as a responsible, professionally guided decision. Colin's own account told a different story. He described being singled out from a young age, punished and restricted in ways his siblings were not, and confined in a containment room with a bolt lock and remote camera, sometimes in darkness for long periods. These were not isolated incidents, but a pattern that began around age 8 and escalated over years. Unlike children receiving proper clinical intervention, Colin said he was never given explanations. Hannah's independent account corroborated his, confirming what she had sensed as a child. Something in their home was deeply wrong. Public reactions were intense. Viewers re-examined the show's footage, seeing the children's struggles in a harsher light. Family members publicly defended Kate, but key structural details, like the locked door and camera, were never refuted. For Hannah, Colin's statements validated what she had carried silently for years. She had watched her brother vanish from daily life, and now knew her instincts had been right. By 2024, at age 20, Hannah had built a life almost entirely separate from the one televised. The matching outfits, camera crews, rigid schedules, and constant scrutiny were gone. In their place was an ordinary life she had shaped herself. She graduated high school in 2023 and launched her own skincare brand, Gosselin Girl Beauty, using her family name but creating something entirely her own. Hannah began a relationship with Lennon Johnson Jr., and her public appearances with Jon revealed a father-daughter bond built on ease rather than performance. On the 2024 Tamron Hall show, they discussed a shared weight loss of 75 pounds, a quiet testament to a relationship rebuilt over years. Jon, long absent and criticized in tabloids, became the parent whose home gave Hannah the space to discover who she truly was. She maintains contact with some siblings, particularly Leah, while the others live in separate households. Her relationship with Kate remains tentative, neither fully estranged nor reconciled. Hannah is navigating the complex coexistence of harm and love, a reality that doesn't allow for simple conclusions. Hannah's story matters in the larger context of reality TV. She is among the first children of a major reality show to grow up, gain her voice, and describe what it was like to be filmed without consent. Her honesty contributes to a broader reckoning about the psychological cost of childhood under the lens. She didn't choose the spotlight. She survived it and claimed her life on her own terms. What she carried and what she now shares is her own. If a child can spend years on camera, yet have the most important experiences go unseen, what does that say about reality TV? And if forgiveness and truth can coexist in her relationship with her mother, can they ever coexist without cost?